Hello everybody. Up until now we've talked about the basic operations involving vectors, namely vector addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication. Now both of these operations have some properties that we're now going to formally write down and understand because they're extremely important. So these four properties that are in orange are properties for vector addition and subtraction, and the ones in magenta are for scalar multiplication. Okay, so let's get started. Now the commutative property is really simple. All it's saying is, and I think something that we're familiar with in traditional algebra, is if you have a vector A plus vector B, it's equivalent to write vector B plus vector A. Similarly, if you've got, for example, S, so vector S minus vector T, it's equivalent to write minus T, or the inverse of T, plus vector S. Okay, so the associative property, oh, there you go, that's that. Now the associative property is similar. It's saying that if you've got three vectors and you've got order to them, so if you've got something like vector A plus B plus, and then these are in parentheses of course, and then you've got vector C. Now this is equivalent to writing vector A plus in parentheses vectors B plus C. Okay, and another thing that's really important to note is that these properties can be applied simultaneously. So you can write this further. You can also apply the commutative property here, and you can write this statement up top is equal to A plus C plus B. So all these are equivalent, and just in this particular case, I've used the commutative property. Okay, now the identity property for addition is really simple. All it's saying is if you've got a vector A and you've got the zero vector, you've got, well, it's pretty intuitive that you'll have vector A left. So you've got vector A right here, and the inverse is if you've got vector A plus minus, or the inverse of vector A. Now this is equal to vector A minus vector A, and this is equal to the zero vector. So really simple properties and very intuitive. Okay, let's head on to the ones for scalar multiplication, and it's very similar for scalar multiplication, and the distributive property says if you've got a scalar k, and you're multiplying that to the addition of vector A plus B, then this is equivalent to writing k times A plus k times B. So k times A plus k times B. The associative property says if you've got, and I mean it's similar to the addition, the associative property for addition, in that if you've got a scalar k and a scalar m, such that k times, in parentheses, m times the vector, say A, this is equivalent to writing k times m times vector A. And the multiplicative identity is just very simple. All it is 1 times, and this is really simple of course because it's a scalar multiplication, and you're just multiplying it by unity. So anything multiplied by unity is itself. And so if you've got 1 times vector A, that is just vector A. So these are the 7 key properties of vector operations, and I know they're a bit, they're very intuitive, and you might wonder why it's important to write them down formally, but these will be the backbone of your further studies in linear algebra, and very important to really understand what's going on here. All right, thanks for watching, and please leave a comment or give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you.